Well, I'm out here getting some nature in, and it is flipping cold. But I've got a shot that I want to do today, and it's down in the ravine here. And there's this really cool spot where the water obviously seeps up from the ground. It doesn't freeze, and it trickles off into the creek. And there's a whole bunch of red dirt. So, and then mounds of pilly white snow. So it looks really cool. So I'm going to try and shoot this, and I'm going to use a different camera than most people would probably use. So I'm trying something out, just having some fun, being a little creative today. So hopefully this works. All right, so tracking through the woods here, and every time I come out here, it's like I'm a kid again, where you're just exploring. Oh my God, trying not to wipe out, but exploring through the woods here. This would have been something that, when you were a kid with your buddies, you get yourself a Swiss Army knife, and you're making bows and arrows and shit. Oh, you got a chopper, a helicopter. Anyways, yeah, getting out here and exploring this has been really refreshing and quite therapeutic, shall we say. So when you get down in here, this is all water flowing through here, and there's trees falling all over the place. There's a whole bunch of beavers that live in here. And as you hike from way down there, this takes you all the way out to the river, the North Saskatchewan River. There are several beaver dams along the way. So it's quite interesting, and you'll just be hiking along and see all kinds of trees where you can see the beaver had come up out of the water and rip down a tree. And pretty industrious little fellers. But here is, you can see the water running here. And I mean, it's been below minus 20 for, I don't know, a week or two. And we've got this water that just doesn't freeze. And I don't know exactly where it comes from, but you got this red dirt here, which doesn't seem to be anywhere else here. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there is some steam coming up. And then you got all this really cool frost on everything. So with look at all the detail in the snowflakes. Super cool. So I'm gonna try to make something cool with this, and I'm shooting with a macro lens that I picked up, and let's have a look at this. I got the DZO 18 to 28 probe lens. There we go. So we're going to try this thing out, and I'll show you the camera that I'm going to try it out on. It's kind of ridiculous and absolutely overkill. Okay, so I framed up a shot here. Truth be told, I tried taking this photograph days ago, and there was this perfect mound of icicle formation that is no longer here. So I've framed up something else, and really what I'm doing here is just basically an exercise. shooting just photography with an actual red cinema camera. So what I've got here is I've got my red V-Raptor hooked up to Kessler controller with a focus motor on the DZO lens, looking down into this little river of red water here. So you can kind of see it's all framed up. And so what I'm going to do is focus stack this. So I'm just going to use my phone to trigger the image, and then I'll move the focus motor and I'll just go bit by bit by bit by bit by bit all the way through, and then stack it later just to see what it looks like. I mean, this is completely ridiculous and uncalled for, but that's what I like doing. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, my knees are killing me. Getting pretty damn cold here. So got the first shot done. I'm not overly impressed with it. It didn't excite me that much, but let's see if we can find something else here. I'm just gonna keep hunting around here, see if I can find something that is pretty interesting. I'm also trying not to like step in this shit because it's obviously mud and red. So, I don't need to make things worse. So let's see how this goes. Okay, that's the end of that. The battery for my Kessler controller that I was using to operate the focus motor, it's totally frozen. And I'm frozen, my feet are frozen. And this is a fun little experiment, seeing what this is like. I really enjoy using the red Raptor just to shoot photos. I mean, because the color that comes out of it is amazing. And you have 17 stops of dynamic range. So it's just different. I shoot on Canon for my regular work. And I love shooting with this camera. Just pulling stills from it, it's just so fun because when you're editing it, it just feels different. It's obviously the dynamic range and the color, but it's noticeable. So this was a fun little experiment. I've been wanting to try this to shoot stills. I know it's ridiculous to primarily do that, but I use this camera a lot for work, and but on my downtime, I'm gonna use this more just to do stills and play around with it like that. So hopefully you liked this, and if you want to see more, just hit the subscribe button, like, share, all that stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.